All right, we are live finally.
I was going to
What's
say,
going
man,
on?
what was the hold up?
Man, I don't know what was that. It was just spinning and spinning. You spin me round, round, baby, round, round.
Uh-uh.
What's up, guys? The Three Black Guys Show. We are on. We are on. We are on. I hope you guys will go out and show and like and share the page, guys. Everybody put your threes up. We are in the
Boom.
house. Put your threes
Boom,
up.
Trey
boom.
Money.
Trey Money. Trey
Trey
Nicholas.
Money. Trey Nicholas.
Even though we got
Trey Nicholas.
4 with us tonight.
We got a fourth. We got a fourth Negros.
We got a fourth bro
Fourth
tonight.
Negros.
A fourth
We
Negros.
got Mr. Anthony Lovejoy with us tonight. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Woo!
So we need the applause machine effect. So it could have went crazy right there, Steve.
Oh, that no,
you heard him right.
Right. We gotta go ahead and get that going, Steve. We gotta get it done.
Yeah, get that applause machine.
Okay.
Especially introducing me.
All right.
I need it.
Wait a minute.
Look at it. Look at him. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, today, it's so glad to see you guys with us again on the show. We're getting some feedback on somebody sharing the video. Anyway,
somebody turn your video.
We're gonna talk about a little bit about MGTOW tonight, and I know many of us have not heard of it. I know I hadn't heard of it, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and so we're gonna talk about that tonight. Men going their own way, so it should be an interesting topic. And I want you to invite a bunch of ladies who need to hear some of this, and some brothers who are maybe they are part of MGTOW. Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But anyway, as we get started, I'm going to talk about how you guys' week. Well, let's kill a little time as everybody comes in. I want to say what's up, Rashad, Pastor Holman. How you doing, sir? He came in on my side. But how was your week, Mr. Lovejoy?
Man, my week was wonderful. Won a couple of trades, so I'm doing good. Pretty good, man. Just hanging out and maintaining. So yeah, man, everything was good. No complaints on my side.
Okay. All right. Mr. Mario.
I was glad Friday came.
I thought you was gonna go in on us, man.
Right.
I was glad when they said unto me.
Exactly. I thought that's
Hey,
I was glad when they said unto me, "Thank you, God, for Friday."
Let us go. Where?
Into Friday.
Into Friday.
Into Friday. Let us go into Friday. Nah, man, it was a week. It was a week. I'm trying to get out of complaining.
Yeah,
that's good
about the week. You know what I'm saying? If I have nothing good to say, I'm just glad to be here. You know what I mean? I'm glad to be here. And tomorrow is Monday.
Tomorrow
working
is
for
Monday.
Friday.
Hallelujah. Mr. James Fred, you had an interesting weekend. I ain't gonna tell your business, but you had a good weekend. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a good weekend, man. My weekend was, you know what I'm saying? Got a chance to take some pictures and get out a little bit. You know, I had some fun, man. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. It was a good change from the week. Didn't have a real busy week, but it was kind of a lazy week.
Okay.
So I was able to stretch my legs a little bit, man, this weekend and get out a little bit and go take some pictures and man, it's interesting. Interesting weekend.
All right, Mr. Wilson, I want to say hello to you. Mike McGee, how's it going, sir?
Wait. How about you, sir? How was your weekend?
Me? My weekend, well, I went up to Louisville. You gotta say it like that, Louisville. It's the proper way to say Louisville is Louisville.
No.
Yes,
no,
it is.
No.
Yeah. It is the proper way to say Louisville. In Louisville, Louisville, Kentucky. You gotta say over. I went over to Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm gonna go see my mom this weekend. So it was a good weekend, man. I had a chance to see my mom and spend some time with her. See, you don't know, man. Because Because I came to Birmingham and I said Bessemer, and they said no, that's wrong.
No, it's Bessemer.
It's not
Belmar.
Bessemer. It's Belmar.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Belmar.
And it's not Titusville, it's Titusville.
Right.
Even though it's
That's
written
right.
like Titus, it's Titusville.
That's Titusville. Titusville.
That's what I
Titusville.
said.
And oh my God, that's another one. What is it? We totally messed this name up. It'll come to me, but it's a city right in Old Birmingham. We mess it up. Not Druid Hills. Oh God. Anyway, it slips right now. When it comes to me, I'll just blurt it out. What we talking about, I'll blurt it out.
Yeah, just blurt it out. We'll get it.
All right. Yeah, just blurt it out. That old age kicking in. So, guys, in this day, we have, drum roll, please, how many days till the election? 51 days till the Orange Menace is removed from the White House. 51 days.
Can we dig into a little bit of the conversation we were having off camera?
Listen, man. Listen. That man been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
What?
Who?
By who? By who?
Donald Trump.
No, tell us the who.
Hold on.
I don't know. Some guy somewhere.
The dude that nominated him was a right-wing white supremacist. But go ahead.
Listen, but we don't. Listen, he was nominated. That's all we concerned with. He was nominated. He cannot be a bad guy if he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
If Milli Vanilli if Milli Vanilli can get a couple Grammys,
they made good music. What you mean?
They didn't make nothing.
They didn't make jack.
It was their performance. It was their performance. It was them performing.
Once again, you can be nominated by a donkey. Don't mean jack.
What? Huh? What? Who? Huh?
Man, let that man be.
No, he cannot be let be. So we got to continue. I'm going to continue on this because not only do we have 51 days till we get a chance to get rid of the Orange Menace, let's deal with what he said about this hoax pandemic.
He was trying to keep everybody calm, man. He didn't want to start a panic.
Okay, well, answer me this, Batman.
Uh-huh.
Why was the whole RNC about black folks is coming to your neighborhood? They're going to rape your women. They're going to burn your house. Be scared. Be very afraid because the niggas is coming. Why was the whole RNC about that when he wasn't trying to cause a panic?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
If you vote for Joe Biden, the niggers is coming. But we're not trying to be panicky.
That's not starting to panic. He was just letting people know that Joe Biden is going to spread blackness into white areas. And if you don't want blackness in white areas, then don't vote for Joe Biden.
They spent 4 nights doing that.
4 nights of fear. They're coming to get you. They're coming to get you.
This mob of immigrants rushing towards the border. What was that? Not trying to start a? Oh, now you want to disappear? See, that's just like that's like
you see what we did with Lovejoy. You see what? You really want a piece of this, Lovejoy? I mean, you see what we did with this cat?
Right? I love it.
When he don't get his way, he just duck out.
He just duck out. Fifth Amendment right now by doing that.
Right, he invoking his Fifth Amendment right. Right, exactly.
Right.
Man, come on.
Hey, spoken just like a true Trump supporter.
you know what I mean?
In the sand. So once again, let me go back to this. While Mr. 45 Orange Man was saying things were going to magically disappear. It's like a miracle. It'll disappear. While saying these things, he told Mr. Woodward that he knew it was going to be bad as it was going to be. He knew this back in January.
All right.
I need anybody else's idea besides James Fred about Trump coming out and knowing how bad it was going to be. Let's take it from you, Lovejoy, as a leadership position.
Well, I think he's very delusional, and I think he's very delusional. He's very evasive. I don't think there is a honest. I was always taught to always see good in a person, or at least attempt to find good in a person. With 46 minus 1, I don't.
Oh, wow!
Wait a minute, Jesus! He said,
I don't call his name, or I don't even say the number. I just say 46 minus 1. In respect to what he does, man, it's just he's compounded. And watch this. He is the most consistent president that I've seen. Let me explain.
Explain.
He's consistent in his inconsistencies as far as lying.
Mm-hmm.
And when a person actually articulates that or show you he sets a certain parameter, he stays in that, then we should believe him. And we can believe it when he stands up behind that podium or wherever he is, there's going to be some untruths coming out of his mouth. So I don't trust anything he says. I don't. So unfortunately, I don't. I'm like Mario in this sense. I really don't have anything good to say. I was trying to be politically correct by saying those terms, but I really don't have anything good to say about that. I almost call him a gentleman, but I don't have anything.
Oh, hey! Let's not get out of hand here.
My fault.
Mario, get as far out of hand as you want to. I agree. Hey, look, I piggyback off of you. I agree. Maya Angelou said, believe them when they show you who they are, believe them the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
When he showed you who he was when he was running, when he showed you who he was when he did what he did, all the years leading up, but with the Central Park, was it 5 or 6? Central Park, those guys, believe it. If all he's shown you leading up to the presidency that he was a jerk, he was a liar, he was a shifty businessman, believe him. He carried that into when he was running. He carried that hatred and division into his campaign when he was running. So he has shown you clearly who he is. There's not a good bone in his body, man. That in my opinion, he's the embodiment of evil.
Man, but there are some people that think he's a good Christian man.
I don't know who could think that he's a Christian man because
I can show you a few. He
embodies no Christian principles whatsoever, or what we believe to be Christian principles. None. Where? Show me where. He help me. When he held the Bible upside down at the church, he was being a good Christian.
Yes,
that was it.
And backwards.
Yes.
And backwards. And
don't forget he upside down.
And wait a minute. And he said the thing. We need to put prayer back in schools now.
No.
Okay.
So that validates him because he said that?
Yes, that makes him a Christian. That makes Jesus. He loves Jesus.
He can't spell Jesus. What you talking about?
The same thing
Jesus.
1 Corinthians. That guy.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians walk through a bar.
Listen, we didn't say nothing about him reading the Bible. We said that he a Christian and he loved Jesus. Now we ain't say, some Christians don't read a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he in that category.
So then they don't qualify to be Christians or subscribe to Christendom.
To Christianity.
Part of the requirement.
Well, he loves Jesus. But he loves Jesus though.
Come on.
Where's the fruit of that?
He loves Jesus so much that he said he did more for black people than Jesus. So if he said that means he has to know what Jesus did. So he has to have read at some point.
Okay, so not First John, but John 1 says, in the beginning was the Word.
And the Word was God.
The Word was God. So how does he know Jesus, but he don't know the Word when the Word is Jesus?
Ouch.
James, you still there? Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Hey, that about does it right there.
It's been a good show, guys. We'll see y'all.
He pulled scripture on me. I couldn't say nothing.
I like that.
Lovejoy, I'm gonna have to take that one, Doc. That one's in pocket.
You have to change it to 4 black guys now, Doc.
He pulled scripture on me. I couldn't argue with scripture, so it's.
I'm hot. I need to turn my ceiling fan on, but I don't want to go off camera. But I'm hot now.
Go off camera, man. Watch. I'm finna go off camera. Watch this. Speaking of fans, I'm turning mine on as we speak.
Ooh, I just got hot.
Yeah, turn your fan on, man. Get yourself comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good, y'all. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
all right. So
I'm good.
45 is now about to hold his first rally indoors in nearly 3 months in the great state of Nevada, whose count is still pretty high. Let's go through the numbers right quick before we get into our main subject tonight. In the U.S. survey, the great U.S. survey, there's over 6 million cases of COVID. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I digress. The Trump virus.
Thank you.
There's over 6 million cases.
I called that last correct.
There is now approaching. We got 193,000 plus deaths.
Hey, Steve, answer a question. Maybe you can answer a question for me. And I'm just wondering, when it says, when it gives the number of cases, is that the number of total cases that we've had, or is that current cases?
Those are what we've had. Current cases, it looks like we have 240K of current.
Okay, so okay, that's what I was wondering. All right.
So we're at 100. Uh-oh, what happened?
Nothing happened. We're here.
Screen count.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit. My
yeah. So we got 193K deaths in the United States of America of the Trump virus, as opposed to some conservatives calling it a fake pandemic, which totally
it was constructed by the Democrats, man.
It was.
Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
And how the Democrats? I gotta hear this. I gotta go down this rabbit hole, guys. I'm sorry.
Going down that rabbit hole, man. Going down this rabbit hole. Go, James. I'm gonna sit out for this one. Go.
Listen, the Democrats created this whole hype and created this because of the election. So they wanted, because the economy was so good, right? And they needed something that was going to mess Trump up. So they created this whole pandemic thing so that would jack the economy up, because, you know, Democrats they infringe on our freedoms. So that's why they constructed all of this hype, and it's, you know, this hype and inflated all these numbers so it would make Trump look bad.
So let me ask you a question. Since the virus seems to really hit immigrants and minorities,
right,
which is the Democratic base,
right?
Why would the Democrats create a virus that would kill their own base?
Because the Democrats don't care about us for real.
Okay. All right.
They don't really care about us. You gotta understand, the Democrats are totally against what we believe. You understand what I'm saying?
They would fratricize their own base just to make Trump look bad. Is what you're telling me.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the resident token Negro for the Republican Party here on the Three Black Guys show. They choked him up right there when I said that.
I'm surprised he disappeared off screen when you said that.
Right now, we don't have our normal watchers on, because I'd be getting cussed out right about now in the comment section.
Right. You in the comment section, just say hello. Let us know you in here. I see on this side of the thing, we got a pretty good amount of followers on the watch party.
Some people watching. What is it? Patty and Gladys going at it tonight.
Yeah, Patty and Gladys is going.
Patty and Gladys.
I love Patty and Gladys, man, but it's kind of hard for me to watch.
Oh, really?
It is. I love Patty and Gladys, dude. I really do. I respect their music and all of that, and they are legends. But it's kind of hard to sit up and watch them do a
versus.
That's like watching your grandmamas or for us, our aunt. That's like watching our aunties. If you in your 40s, that's like watching your aunts.
Right. It's one of those things where you just kind of enjoy their music separately, but when they kind of going at it, it ain't so exciting.
I'm like, okay, I respect and appreciate the music. Listening
Tracy, don't you go nowhere. Tracy, don't go nowhere. You stay right where you at.
Right. Lord, I forgot. I was on. We know you was at the concert. We already know.
What concert?
Yeah. We ain't got to the main topic yet.
Patty and Patty LaBelle and Gladys Knight doing a versus tonight.
Oh,
right now.
Okay.
Right. Well, they might be wrapping up. I don't know if they're gonna go long as Monica and
Brandon,
because they were like 3 hours.
Really?
I got a confession. Y'all may be here for saying this, but I still got a crush on Patty LaBelle.
I don't blame you.
I would do it.
I don't blame you. Wait a minute. Say what now? Hold on. Steve, cut his mic off.
Right there. Hold on. How can I click off? Let me see if I can stop Cam.
Man, where is that button? Because maybe I need to try that. Oh, stop Cam.
I'm right. My brother said, "Ouch." Exactly, bro. Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Now, back in the day,
I say so. It was being honest again.
I just never thought Patty was attractive.
What?
She was up in the 90s real good.
Man, Patty LaBelle, man, always been thick, man, and kind of sexy though. For real.
Come on.
Like for real.
Come on.
Like, I mean, even when I was a little boy, man, I used to look at. I mean, she just had a sexiness about her, man. That man.
Yeah, she does.
Hey, okay.
But you know who shut them all down though is my baby Nancy Pelosi, baby. Like that's like
you too, you too,
man. Nancy Pelosi. Look, when she did Trump like this here, when she did that to Trump, man, like dude, like that was so.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Three Black Guys show. God bless y'all. Good night.
Look,
it is now going to the Two Black Guys because they are crazy.
Hey,
that little move like that, man, was sexy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, and I got turned on when she took
that piece of paper
and ripped it up, sexy as can be. Then she just threw it off like that there. Man.
Yeah.
Woo, that was stupid.
I appreciate all her antics, but sexy. Ooh, boy, you just made everything I ate this
I'm
evening.
talking about, man, that was, see, there we go. See, now Tracy want to tell me to be quiet. Tracy, that woman's sexy. I don't care what y'all say.
Her actions were sexy. Ain't nothing sexy about Nancy
Pelosi.
That's my baby right there.
Yeah.
I can't say. I can't say who is or who isn't because I get in trouble.
Oh
yeah, you need to just mention Tanya Myers. That's what need to come out your
Tanya
mouth.
Myers is sexy. I don't care what y'all.
There you go, right there, right.
Oh boy, look at him. He's fishing for brownie points. Love Joy, you killing the show.
I think you mean killing it in a good way, though.
He a heckler. That's all he do. He a heckler.
He mean killing it in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he meant that.
Shut up.
Sexy. He probably threw up a little bit in his mouth.
Right, he threw up in his mouth, did.
I know I did.
Lady sexy.
I'll kill a show. I ain't backing down from what I said.
There you go.
Leave my house and go.
Did it for you.
Yes, sir.
Guys. we talked enough about Trump. I think. As y'all know, I don't know, man. Look, let me. Can I say this, guys? And I may be doing a being super spiritual about the thing, man. But we have currently four wildfires going on in our country. We had 2 tornadoes to hit one state at the same time. We have another tornado that's about to happen.
Hurricane.
I just think it's about time. I think the earth is mourning and shouting out and waiting for the sons to arrive, as it says in Romans chapter 8. But I think it's time for this orange man to go. I think the earth is like, okay, he need to go.
God himself is saying.
No,
God himself is saying.
Not the hurricanes is Trump fault, boy, y'all. Good Lord, y'all.
We ain't saying it's his fault.
Hey.
He was saying the Lord is saying it's time for him to go. It's time for him to move.
Y'all
they're trying to wash Trump out, trying to burn him out, trying to wash him away.
Who was that preacher that blamed the Louisiana for Katrina coming on? Which preacher was that? Was that Pat?
I remember, but I don't remember.
Pat Robinson. That Katrina was God. Katrina was God's wrath on the wickedness of New Orleans and Louisiana. So all I'm saying is, it was Pat Robinson. I'm just saying. It could be God's wrath for telling us to let the orange man go.
I agree.
Y'all need a biblical undergirding for that?
Yes, come on, undergird that, sir.
Undergird that. So this particular pericope text, 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 14. People which are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways. He said, then I hear from heaven, I'll forgive their sins, heal the land. Now, that's metaphorically speaking. We're not talking about earth here. Aren't you consider part of the earth because you came from dirt? Okay. I'll heal their sins, I'll forgive, and I'll heal their land. Will simply suggest he will heal you and all of this wickedness that we're doing. And I'm suggesting because of 46 minus 1, I think because of the wickedness, we are sick. And if we don't pray, and y'all know how I feel about prayer, if we don't pray, if we don't see God's face, he's not going to forgive our sins and heal our land. That's what I'm simply suggesting.
So he's saying if we have another 4 years of this, we in real trouble.
Huh? Say it again.
Said if we don't get rid of 45, we're gonna be in real trouble. That's all. I'm scared.
I honestly believe that.
All right, y'all. Let's move forward. We
gave me a Belma cut. I had my head on, but it was like fat back here. I'm like, boy, I ain't had a Belma cut since college. I just sat in the chair. I didn't give him no instructions. I just let him do what he do. And I usually have more hair on the top of my head. I got a Belma cut.
Is Mario really looking at the camera, looking at his head right now?
Dude, I turned this way and I caught a glimpse of that. And I was like, wow, that's a Belma cut.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you done? Are you done?
Is you done or is you finished? I'm finished. Anyway.
So let's talk about MGTOW. 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 Men going their own way.
Set that thing up.
Set
that thing up.
So I've never heard of this this acronym or this group of men, but apparently this is a thing. Men going their own way. This is, and I'll set it up a little bit. I'm not going to talk too long about it because I want to get a basic understanding of what this is. So this is a group that was kind of born out of the early 2000s. I think it comes from early. I've seen things come out back in the 1800s. So this is a group of men who at heart, to me, sound like a bunch of losers. But anyway, at heart, this is some of their own beliefs. It is an anti-feminist, misogynistic, and mostly online community advocating for men to separate themselves from women and from society, which they believe has been destroyed. They believe that society has been destroyed by feminism. They call themselves to believe that they are a men's rights movement. And so I don't want to give too much more because I want people to have an understanding that this group of men strongly believe that the female or feminism is taking over manhood. Now, y'all, we know we had the blowback. What was that, a year or so ago? I can't remember. It might have been not that long ago, where they had a commercial on talking about what was manly and what I think was a deodorant commercial. Y'all remember that?
Keep going.
People freaked out about what was describing what manliness should be. So, but from this basic understanding of MGTOW, and maybe you guys can elaborate some more. I just gave her, like I said, a brief overview, and they go a little deeper. But apparently, these group of men are set on being anti-feminist and misogynistic, and believe that feminism is taking over our society. From there, you guys can go, and we can add on later.
I will say, and I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna let y'all deep guys go last. I would say, okay, this is how I understood MGTOW to be. If there is a thing called feminism, then MGTOW is the adverse to that. Okay. In that, if you look at television, and this is how, on one hand, I can see from this perspective what they mean. If you look at television, if you're looking at television maybe for the last 10 years, you can see how men have been emasculated in television. The traditional role of the man being the head is now a bad thing when you look at TV or in society. I just won't say in TV, but just in society, but it's perpetrated through the visual thing, which is television. If it's a commercial where the woman would cook breakfast for the family and everybody sat down, now when you see commercials, men are cooking for their family. It's just like it's perfect. And to me, that's a feministic thing. That's women saying, well, why does it have to be a traditional? Why do women have to be the ones shown to be cooking? Now you got men walking around with babies on their chest in the baby things. And, I thought women were the nurturers and men were we go out and kill the beast and bring the beast home to the woman, and the woman prepares it for the family. That whole concept is now being thrown out of the window as it pertains to men. So now, men, other than making a baby, what are you good for? I mean, other than, and if they can find a way to make a baby without your seed, and what will you be good for? I'm just asking. So if MGTOW speaks to that, I can see why they are the equal opposite of feminism, or why they are the equal, to feminism. But anyway, that's my 2 cents right now. I'll come back in. Somebody else.
So let me ask a question. And this is for everybody that's watching, and because I love Tracy. Tracy's she's gonna respond to anything that we say. Is how do I want to present this question?
Let me say that to Tracy.
Is masculinity taking a hit in our modern society?
Yes. And that's why I wanted to address Tracy. Tracy, it's hard to let men be real men by what we see happening in society now. Now, when a man tries to be a man, it's considered toxic.
That's the word I was looking for earlier.
Toxic masculinity. Well, it's not toxic. That's a man being a man. Now I'm not saying a man should love your women, love your wives, especially black, and protect your women, protect our women. You know what I mean? But when my protecting you or my natural desire to be a protector comes under fire by a woman, I don't need your protection. I can stand for myself. Okay. I'm not allowed to be the man you just said. You said to stand up and be a real man. I'm not allowed to be that now. Now, the real man in me would say, damn what you allow. I'm made how I'm made. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, oh, well. That's a man. Men don't ask permission to be men. We do what the hell we do. Go ahead. I'm through. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take all that.
Well, so I agree with what you were saying. One of the issues is, and from what I've read though, MGTOW is not that.
Okay.
From what I've read, MGTOW is pretty much what Tracy said. In my opinion, is a bunch of dudes who got pissed off with some women and run around talking with each other. Now they're sitting around complaining about it and hate women. The FBI actually has them labeled as a hate group right now.
Right.
See, I think one of the problems that we have, gentlemen, is men do not understand. Some men do not understand actually what a woman is to us. And excuse me for a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and get biblical like y'all like to do. But in Genesis 2, Adam said that this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. You know what I'm saying? She is a part of us. And now you have a group of men that want to separate that. Now, it's one thing to keep your so-called masculinity and so-called being a real man. All right. But like you said, Mario, if I'm a real man, I don't have to ask for that. Now, if there's a woman who feels like she don't need that protecting in her life, it was only because of the men, the unreal men that she's dealt with in her life before. So we've still got to understand that women as a whole, especially black women, as black men, we've done a piss poor job as a whole. Now, you as a man might be cool. Steve might be cool. Pastor Lovejoy might be cool. But as a whole, black women have suffered, man. And to deny that is just crazy. So yes, they've developed a certain strength, a certain mindset that, okay, in the past, I haven't been protected. I haven't been provided for. I've had to do all this stuff myself. And so now here comes a so-called real man. She just doesn't know how to handle that. But if you're real, then it's not going to matter. If it's there, she'll fall in line the same way you would if you were used to dealing with sorry women and then all of a sudden you find a real woman. But I don't want to confuse this conversation with this group though, because from what I've read, this group ain't that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't about that. These are just a bunch of bitter guys who now want to claim their masculinity and just disown, just not be around women. We just want to do our own thing. Men going their own way. That just sounds gay to me, man. The name itself is just gay to me. I mean, men going their own way. So what y'all gonna do? I mean, man, that's just gay to me. I'm sorry.
Let Pastor Lovejoy get some.
Please get your some.
All right. So to this whole idea of men going their own way, the origin of that started at the beginning of time. And let me piggyback off what James just said. Watch this. Adam did the exact same thing. When Eve took up the fruit and she bit of it, and God walked in the cool of the day to find Adam. Adam's first response was,
that woman that you gave me did that.
So men going their own way, and James is right. We've done a piss poor job as being prophet, priest, king, and warrior of our home. Mm-hmm. And because of what Adam did, he passed that weak ass DNA down. Now you got this uprising of men talking about I'm going my own way, like a bunch of punks. And what I'll say, like Mario said last week, it's a bunch of beta men who probably never got any when they was growing up. Now they decided to come up with this group and form this group, and all of them they sit around and talk like, oh God, sorry ass, punk ass men who have no standards. Mm-hmm. Me myself, and I realized that the masculinity of men has been attacked for years. Mm-hmm. But what I'm telling you, I'm still gonna be me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, no, we ain't doing that. Mm-hmm. And you can either follow me or you can do your own thing. Mm-hmm. However, that's not gonna change who I am. And I think these men just want an excuse to justify their weakness, how weak they are. And so they created this movement and trying to get other men of like mind to follow them, which in fact, I think a woman wants a man to lead. If he is leading, for by the way, it's hard for a woman to follow a parked car.
What? Can I say that again?
It's hard for a woman to follow a parked car.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't doing that.
And that's what these guys are. And I wish we would have had one on the show. I would love to light into his tail and find out his ideas and his ideology about why he feels the way he feels.
You've been invited back in. Okay, Max said, "Okay, Lovejoy, you can come back in."
I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
So I agree with all of you guys what you're saying, but I still want to play the advocate here. I'm the devil's advocate on this, and because I'm the one, I'm pushing the question. I'm going to push it a little bit further, guys. Okay. And one of their ideologies that they're pushing for centers around male separatism and belief that society has been corrupted or destroyed by feminism. So now I want to ask this question, guys. We know that masculinity has taken a hit. Is it because of feminism? And I'm about to say something. And once again, guys, the ideas and thoughts on this show are only presented by those that are on this show and not presented by any other organization, company, or business. Understand? Are we is masculinity, quote, whatever masculinity is, because that needs to be defined in and of itself, and maybe we can come up with some definitions of that. But is masculinity, do they have an argument? Do the MGTOW have an argument with the ideology or the ideology that centers around male separatism? They're separating themselves in the belief that society has been corrupted or destroyed by feminism or by the gay agenda.
One more time. Repeat the question. I got you. That you just I'm giving me a minute to think.
Okay. Do you think there's a feminist agenda to destroy men? And we've had Beyonce out there put a ring on it, and we've had other songs out there. You better call Tyrone, and we can do it all by ourselves. We've had our black women have had a hand. Listen to me now, black women. Don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Because we have had our sisters that have attacked black men. Now, is it? And because I'm trying to be fair, is it the agenda of feminism, or is it the agenda of the gay, the gay agenda that is attacking what is male and masculinity in this country and around the world?
Well, I addressed that though. Men have done. Black women have gotten this mentality because of our sort of piss poor job of handling, and so they've developed that mentality. So I don't really blame them. Now, as far as what
I'm sorry, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push back on that.
Okay.
To say that we've done a piss poor job of it. And how many generations have we been doing a piss poor job of? Because I remember when my granddaddy was a man, he was a man's man.
Come on, sir.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Listen to this though.
Let me finish my thought. And then, of course, now we have gender specific roles. And I think that's what Mario was getting to, was that, a woman, that had their role of taking care and being nurturers. And men were being, out there beating the bushes for the deer to come out. And so now we also have in the feminist movement where people are now, and even in the gay movement, they're challenging these gender specific roles. So once again, I'm going back to the question: where's the root of this? Now, I believe that I think it's a two-parter. I think there may be some type of agenda that yes, we have done a piss poor job. But I think there's been a gap that is being attacked. I'm gonna let you guys finish. Go ahead.
Okay, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
When do you normally push agendas? as a pastor, I want to jump on this one.
Mm-hmm.
You push agendas when there is a weak leader.
Okay.
Okay, I'll explain. You have to form an agenda or another set of ideas when there is no strong voice. I'm gonna connect mine with what James has said. When the man has no voice, or his voice is silent in the home or in the street, there has to be an agenda that comes along that says, okay, since you're not doing this and you're not in your place, we have to find an ideal to go with. And I think that's the reason the feminist agenda is being pushed so much. If that was a strong dude, if that was a strong man, strong in leadership, and if there was a collaborative idea of being just strong in our nature and who we are, I don't think that this feminist agenda would be pushed as strong as it has been. What we're seeing now with this men going their own way, a bunch of men talking among themselves rather than being men. Now you got women standing up saying, okay, since you're not going to do this, we're going to do this. That's what I believe.
But the feminist movement came before this MGTOW movement. It was because of the feminist movement MGTOW was born.
I don't agree with that. I think they've always been here. I just think they got enough. I think their nuts grew enough to where they want to start saying something.
Right. Right. You got to think about it though, Steve. Even if you say, all right, yes, our grandparents and great grandparents, they were better providers. They were there, but a lot of them still had side women. The women back then, the wives in the home back then, didn't have the skills that women they have now. They didn't have a choice but to stay. You see what I'm saying? There was nothing else for them to do. If they leave the man, what are they going to do? So a lot of these women stayed around because they didn't have there was nothing else for them to do. So they put up with certain things. But yes, granddaddy, great granddaddy, and them were providers. That's one thing they were going to do. But they still gonna drink their liquor. They still gonna cuss them out. They still had their little side women on the side. So even in all of that, women still saw something that was not right. And like Pastor said, when that happens, when you have that lack of actual leadership in the house, of true leadership, then these women are going to develop their own points and their own agendas. Now, I also agree with what Mario said, though. If you have a real man in the house, and he is the alpha man, most of the time that woman is going to fall in with that because that man isn't going to back down from what he's doing. This whole MGTOW thing, though, I don't think that we can, in my opinion, I don't think we can cross that up with this actual conversation. I think this is just a bunch of gay dudes who come up with a reason for them to be able to poke each other in the booty.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think it's just that simple to me. Like I think it's just like we're gonna come up with an organization to say we want to poke each other in the booty, and this is why. Because the feminists are taking over. Man, please.
Well, I like I said, I'm just asking the questions and pushing the envelope, guys. There are people that are part of MGTOW that still believe in marriage, but they don't believe in marriage under the auspices of our current government situation. What they do is they create their own contracts with women and marry that way to where their money.
Yeah, the contract says don't pay no attention when this man come over and I poke him in the booty.
Oh my God. Okay. So going into what you said, Steve. Really, what is marriage? What well, not from the one man and one woman perspective, from the contractual standpoint, what is marriage? You have to go down before you can get married here in the United States. I don't know about nowhere else because I never lived nowhere else. You have to go down to the courthouse and get this document that says I'm legally marrying you. That then has to be signed by the person who officiates your wedding. That contract says that, well, I paraphrase, in the event of my death or the event that we separate, my stuff belongs to you. My stuff belongs to this person that I married. That's basically what that contract is something recognized by the state. It's a legally binding contract. So with that being said, James, you just made the statement that some of those MGTOW guys create their own contract for a woman. Is that what you said? For a marriage?
Yeah, that's what Steve said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? They create their own contract.
They kept their own contract.
I ain't mad at them about it. What does it like? What would that contract say? If we split, you leave with what you brought, I leave with what I bought, or
basically, basically, and I owe you nothing. If once we get divorced, I owe you nothing. I don't have to pay you alimony. I have to pay nothing. I'm out.
Different than a prenup.
That's just a prenup. That's nothing. That's not.
But once again, this is the thing that I was trying to get the guy on here who introduced me to this idea, and it's not a prenup in the fact that this is how should I say it?
Say it.
No, I'm trying to make it the way he said it. The contract is a legal document between them, but the state has really no recognition of it. You know what I'm saying? So the law really don't apply. That's why I can't say it's a prenup, because that's something that's officially recognized by state. You see what I'm saying? Because these guys are saying they want no attachments to government, to state, or anything like that. They are some of them are totally separate. They don't even want, they live in almost being a hermit. Some of these guys.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. That it's a contract between a man and a woman, to where the state's not recognizing it.
But then they also specified that there was levels to this.
Yes.
Level 0 through 4.
Yes.
And they consider us four that's on here. They consider us like the level 1 that we take the red or blue pill or something that they said.
Right.
We've been deceived, and we've allowed women to manipulate us and to subscribe to their ideas. So we're part of. They're almost saying that I think we are weak in our sense that we subscribe to this whole idea of marriage and relationships and stuff like that. So I think that's the part I really didn't get.
Tracy just asked the question.
Okay.
And that question is valid. Like, for real. I'm just convinced these are a bunch of gay dudes, man. Like, I mean.
Well, here's the difference. Here's what I consider something different. Not that I'm for them, guys. Like I said, I'm just asking the questions. I'm just pushing what they, getting this, bringing it to us. So now we've seen that some members of the MGTOW are heterosexual, white middle class men from North America and Europe. So they're not really. They sound homosexual, but some of these are heterosexual white men, because we don't know the brothers. There might be some brothers in there, because there are some black Trump supporters that fall under this. This is also, some of these also fall under white supremacists.
Right.
That's what I heard.
So they're white supremacist authoritarian populist movement, and it's worldwide. So this didn't really stop here. And of course, one of the main people is Milo Yiannopoulos. We've seen him throughout the news as for the lack of a better word, an S starter. But not all these men are gay. Some of these men are heterosexual. To answer Tracy's question.
Hey, but what if, not just all of this, and you just said this is part of the white Anglo-Saxon male who's part of the white supremacy. It's a form of white.
Right. They all start. Go ahead.
But what if there's another gender being pushed here? Because it sounds like if they're white supremacists, maybe they're trying to make the world great again by silencing the woman's voice. And you remember how women were considered property at one point? Maybe this is an agenda to push that, to go back to the way things were, where a woman's voice was not heard. and maybe I'm stretching, but it just sounds like there is something much more bigger than just contractual with these men. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out. That's what it seems like.
Bunch of babies, man. A bunch of baby behind men who done got together with each other and want to sit around and talk about how much they babies and how much the women are controlling them and all that. Man, please. Anybody trying to hear that garbage?
Have you guys ever heard of this guy named Pastor Dowell? There's a guy on YouTube called Pastor Dowell. He pastors a church called Straightway, and I'm using the term church loosely because I think I don't know if it's a cult, I don't know if it's a sect, I don't know if it's like a sect of the Hebrew Israelite thing, but the guy he's on YouTube, and I caught a couple of his messages. He's an outdoors guy. He's an end time prepper type, but he's a black guy, and he's real big on me not get what.
Yeah, I see him.
You see him. He's real big on men not getting getting a marriage license. And
he's big on men not getting a marriage license.
He's not against marriage, but he's against men getting marriage license from your whatever your state is.
What's his reason?
I don't remember. It's been a while. I heard about him when I heard about him. I came across him maybe about 2 years ago, but it kind of stuck with me.
It's okay to get married, just don't go get the marriage license.
Don't get the license, because then what I just said, when you split, it's really a contract to rape a man of everything that he's earned and blah 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 and all.
And that's what they believe.
If you're a man,
that's what they believe, right?
What you're supposed to do, you're going to take care of what's. Huh?
Go ahead,
Lojo.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
But that's what he believed. But he was just I think he was saying that if you're a man doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to take care of everything that's attached to you anyway. So you don't need the state or a license to bind you to do it.
Wait a minute, Steve, click on that last comment down there, brother. You gotta click on that comment. Wait a minute. Look at that right there. Tracy with 2 E's saying that she agree with me. God dog it.
Oh God.
Boy, it's a good day today. Woo!
Man, Kelly. Man.
Good.
Hold on. Let me join him on this.
Hey, James gonna have James going his own way.
James goes his own way. That's good, Steve. How we lost you, Tracy? How did we lose you? But this MGTOW thing, man, a bunch of garbage. I agree with you on that.
I agree. I mean,
to me, man, you know, I hear what they're saying, but it's just a bunch of garbage, man. It's just an excuse to me. I mean, if you that deep with it, then just don't get married. I mean, just don't get married and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? To have a whole organization for a bunch of men to sit around and talk about their woes about what women have done to them. I mean, come on, man.
That sounds soft to me, man. It sounds a lot soft to me.
It sounds like some bitches.
Right, man. I mean, you start a whole organization. You know what I'm saying? That the FBI had to label as a hate group because y'all talk just that much junk about women. I mean, and the fact that we touched on the fact that it's also kind of white supremacist and alt-right group. You know, all you people that are to the right, all you black guys that like to be to the right, you know what I'm saying? There you go. There your organization right there. Just give up your women.
So let me add one more fire to the bucket, to the fire. One log to the fire. They believe also that the courts do everything in their favor when it comes to divorce. And when they get divorced, that the courts find women in favor when it comes to possessions and children. And
so yeah, I think the court system is stacked against the man.
And
but
y'all already pointed this out, but go ahead.
The court system is stacked against the man in a lot of cases. I mean, that's nothing. It's not a secret. Of course it is. But I'm not finna sit here and say I ain't fooling with women no more just because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry. It ain't making me go that route.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? I just know, man, I ain't doing it.
When I first heard this, I thought of the Little Rascals. It's the adult version of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. When I first heard this, I'm like, this is nothing but an adult version of that, because man, these guys sound ridiculous. Do you think a black man will ever go for this?
A black man?
Hey, man.
I would hope not, but
we can't say that. We can't say that because there is a 2% out there that's going to subscribe to this whole ideology. Because I would never thought people would fall. I was wrong.
Right.
So, and then I said his name too. See that?
You said his name.
My computer just rebooted or something. What did you say? I missed it.
Good. I was saying that there is a 2% out there that's gonna subscribe to this idea and subscribe to their ideology. About this foolishness. And I said, if a black man would follow 46 minus 1, what makes us think that there won't be any men subscribing to this craziness? Guys, and we can't even process that whole idea because we're not even thinking about that. So I can't even speak for them. I don't know how they think, what happened to them in their childhood that made them think this way, but something happened. Something happened. So
I got a comment over here on the watch party. Kelly says, I'm trying to listen and not comment, but this stuff is an opportunity to not stand up and be a man.
I agree.
We are supposed to be followers and supporters of our husbands. This group is a bunch of crybabies. We agree 100%.
100%.
And I'm down for the whole thing of women being followers and supporters of your men. Men, and I agree with you, Tony. You what did you call them? You can't be a parked car as a man.
Oh, hard for a woman to follow.
A woman can't follow a parked car. That means a man has to be leading, has to be moving, has to be doing something. Men have to be men. Yeah. That's the long and short of it.
So here's my last and final question, you guys, as we wrap this up. Now that we know that this group is out here, as black men who are being killed by police, who are being locked away, and can I say this, being emasculated by certain women. Some men are in relationships where they are being emasculated by their women because they listen to Beyonce and the like about they don't need a man. What can we do as a culture to cultivate leadership in black men? Go.
Well, number one, you can't take something that I don't give you. So if they're taking my masculinity, I gave it to them. Point blank. I'm a man. I'm a man's man. And I'm not indecisive. I'm not indecisive. I know exactly where I'm going. The problem is, y'all, we got a lot of boys out here who don't know who they are, who don't know which way to go. And so they are confused. And so they allow someone to take something from them, which they don't even know that they have. So for me, my job and what I'm supposed to do and what you guys are supposed to do is stand up and be an example. That means we're going to go through hell. We have to make decisions about our house every single day. And nobody will understand the pressure and all the thoughts that goes through our heads about making sure we provide and we protect. We just have to continue to be be consistent in our house. And then if someone wants us to show them how to do this thing, my comment to them is, okay, I'm gonna make some mistakes, but come on and follow me as I do this. I think that's your answer right there. Don't give up your masculinity. They can't take it from you.
Right. I agree with you 100%. I don't. This whole thing, like Steve, what you said about because she listened to Beyonce and all this whole other stuff, man, there's nothing that she can listen to or say to me that's gonna take that from me. Period. I mean, that's just. I mean, Tracy said it in the comments. You can't emasculate a real man. And Pastor Lovejoy just pretty much said it, man. I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you listen to. I don't care what ideology you got. It's just not happening. We ain't doing certain things. Certain things just ain't going down. But and I want to make this clear though, and I need to make this clear that this MGTOW group ain't got nothing to do with none of that. This MGTOW group ain't got nothing to do with no men being emasculated and none of that. These a bunch of gay babies who looking for a reason to get together and be gay. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned, that's all that group is. Nothing that I read said to me, these are men who are being emasculated, or these are men whose women are trying. Nothing I read said that. What happened was, what did Mario call a bunch of beta men who couldn't stand up in their own house and decided to get together with each other and complain about it, and started a whole organization to complain about it with a bunch of other men, so they can all sit around. They're probably doing Zoom calls right now, complaining about what the women that they had in their lives, because they all probably then left their women now, about what these mean women did to them. Bunch of never mind. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay. Tracy said you cannot emasculate a real man. You're right, but let me give you an example of how a woman can do damage. And if it's not emasculating, I don't know what else to call it. I was a juvenile detention officer for a few years. At the center that I worked at, a man had been in the position as the director for over 30 years. He retired, later passed away of cancer. A lady came in from another, and if some of y'all out here know this, it is what it is. I don't care. If it gets back to her, I don't care. A lady came in from another state, Black lady, very assertive. You have men who had been juvenile detention officer for years, had a system. And when you're dealing with boys that don't necessarily have a man in their life, the men that were watching over them became father figures in a lot of cases. They became father figures. They became examples for them to look up and say, I aspire to be like you one day. And so this lady came in, and she basically made the place, and I'm trying to paraphrase and shorten the story, basically started taking power away from
Did he freeze?
I think he froze.
Look, I'm looking at him like, made the place what? Okay.
Hey, y'all, we got to start a GoFundMe for Mario's computer, y'all, for real.
He still froze.
Yeah, he froze up, man. He froze up.
Now I'm back. Can you hear
You
me?
back now? Yeah, we got you now.
What did I leave off on?
She made the place.
She basically came in and made the place into a daycare. And now you can't raise your voice at a kid. And when you're dealing with boys, and you trying to, especially if you're dealing with good boys, you have to raise your voice and buck at a boy will buck at you.
Yeah,
when they're through those puberty phases, they buck at you, and that's a good kid. So you can imagine we dealing with kids that aren't necessarily good kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not used to having male figures in that situation. So there was a lot of voice raising that had to be said. Sometimes you had to cuss out. Well, now you can't raise your voice out. You know, now they can swing on, you know, she came in and tried to coddle the boys. And we like, no, this ain't gonna work in here. Eventually they're gonna be running the place. And so long story short, she started setting examples and firing people and getting folks gone. Well, okay, now everybody walking around on eggshells because you can't say nothing to the boys. After a while, they realize they are in power, and then, you know, they're in power. They take charge. They can do what they want to do. You can't do nothing to me. So in essence, you have professionally emasculated the men. You understand what I'm saying? You professionally emasculated the men in the place. Now they can't be the men that they need to be to make sure there's rule and order in a place where there is where their lives are in disorder. They can't apply order. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's what you called it. That's coddling. That was her trying to coddle the young men that were there, and in order to do that, she had to remove the power from, because she can't coddle them if y'all have the power. You see what I'm saying? So she has to remove that from y'all. So
the men that were left, in my opinion, that wanted to stay in that and that stayed in that were basically emasculated by her.
But here's
can I say it's a form of it?
Can I say something though? And I'm not trying, and I know I'm gonna get heat for this, guys, but also this was a woman of power and a woman that wanted power from, you know, the things that I can say. And the quickest way to power is to, once again, eliminate. How do you rob a house? You got to bind the strong man. That's in the Bible. And so what this woman did was she threw away all the strong men out, which is to say that there are people and there are women that crave power. And this is what I was trying to allude to, guys. Yeah, you can't demasculate a man, but you also have women that want power.
And that relationship won't work out when you're dealing with a real man. So there will be no emasculation because there can't be two alphas in the house. So if
what to say, she's a single mother.
Say what now?
And needless to say, she's a single woman.
Right.
I wonder why.
Right. And that's I mean, if that's what she chooses, then that's what she chooses. But she's gonna be single. You know what I'm saying? If not, then she's just simply going to say, okay, this is a real dude right here. And
but
Mario said it earlier though, man. We can't, as men, we first of all, if we're gonna lead, we gotta know what we're doing. And we got to make sure we lead in the right. We can't lead the family and lead the woman into the ground. And a lot of women have had to deal with that. So if we're going to lead, we have to actually do that. If we want to be that strong man, if we want to be that real man and the alpha in the house, then we got to act accordingly. If you allow your woman, that's a perfect comment right there. If you allow the woman to talk down to you, she's going to do it.
Hey, but I guess I'm splitting hairs here because I'm going to say this, but I think a woman can. I think she can in this sense. So a woman persuasive ability is in her mouth. What she says to a man.
Right.
Man persuasive ability.
I don't know where you was going with that, but go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
The man persuasive ability is in this. His strength, his ability to provide. She'll say, do you love me? And he'll say, I go to work, don't I? That's how we think.
Right.
She needs to, okay, but her thing is, what if she said to us, and I'm not gonna get graphic with this, but what if she said, y'all just got through having fun? Said, oh, yo, I'm trying to see how to say this without being too graphic. Your memory is small. Don't tell me that's not going to make y'all feel some type of way.
Of course.
She has the persuasive ability in her tongue to make us feel a certain way. Or you could be taking out the trash. She's like, "Ooh, look at you taking out that trash." What you gonna do? You gonna pick up that trash and you gonna walk so she can see your mark.
Right.
And if she says that you're Superman, you feel like you're Superman.
Superman.
So in a way, she can do that. She just have to know how to say what she says to you. And I'm always saying, and this is what think about it, presentation is everything to me. You come at me yelling, yeah, I just shut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that to a real man.
Right.
If you're gonna talk to me, presentation is everything. So I think she has the ability to do it. She just have to know how to talk to and how to say certain things to men. And I agree with a comment that I think Tracy said, no, it wasn't Tracy. Somebody said that they have mama issues.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, somebody said they had Lindsay. Yeah. That's my folks right there. They do have mama issues. Mama probably dogged him out, told me ain't nothing, and he heard all that stuff. So that seed was planted inside.
You ain't S, and you ain't gonna never be S.
Right. Oh, watch this. Watch this. Here's a good one. You just like your damn dad.
Uh-huh. You just like your no good dad.
Uh-huh. So you plant that seed in him, and he didn't see his daddy. So in his idea, he's like, well, man, I don't need to be present. Y'all think I'm like this? He grows up with issues. And then he runs to the group that loves him the most. And there's a bunch of other men who have issues.
Right. That was good. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we are 16 minutes past an hour, man. I think it's been a pretty good conversation talking about this group that I believe is a bunch of babies. And
ain't no brothers in that group, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's some brothers in that group.
There can't be no brothers in that group.
Nah, ain't no Negroes in there.
Shoot. if they are black Trump supporters, there's black MGTOW brothers. Believe you me. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching the show. Tracy, thank you. Lindsay, thank you. Of course, Carlton Mack is on this side. James Bug, of course, Miss Phyllis is watching. You guys want to do any shout outs before we get out of here?
On my watch party, man, I had a bunch on the watch party. Cedric Crenshaw, Ron Battle, Teresa Bender. We had Mike Carpenter stopped in, Quint McKinstry. We had Cleo Crawford. We had Cornelia Dawson, Tara Dorsey, Denars Lee, Marcus Johnson. We appreciate you. Ootsie, we appreciate you. So De Niro. Hey, Rooks, what's going on? Mike Anderson, that's my boy. David Anderson, what's happening? Skip, what's going on? We appreciate all y'all. Rod, Tracy. Well, Tracy came over to the live feed. Kelly Kennedy, we appreciate you. Kelly Isaac, excuse me. Rolando, we appreciate you. Shanessa, we appreciate you. Steve Polk, you got in here for a minute. What's going on? Doc, I'm gonna go and cut it short. Batman was in here.
I was just going to say,
Kelly, Batman was in here. Right? Doc, they was in here. Kelvino,
was here. We had a lot of folks stop through today, man.
Latanya Rudolph. I had to give everybody a personal shout out. I appreciate y'all, man, for stopping through and making comments and doing what y'all were doing on this thing.
James Bug, thank you for coming in. Hey, so guys, next week, man, we're gonna talk about since we talked about MGTOW this week. Next week, let's talk about something a little bit more personal. Let's talk about some, I won't say personal, but that affects a lot of men.
Oh boy.
What's that? What pray tell?
We are gonna talk about ED next week.
Oh,
we're gonna call this the Limp Dick series.
Jesus Christ.
Call it the Limp Dick series. I'm just saying, y'all want to talk about ED? Okay. Alrighty then.
Hey, look, we dang, Tracy says she's glad that's okay. But yes, we're gonna talk about next week, man. We're gonna talk about ED. I think it needs to be brought to light. There are a lot of men that suffer with ED.
Mm-hmm. Suffer in silence. They suffer in silence. Yeah.
Matthew Ryan Evans. Anybody know? He was like,
oh hell.
Am I invited back to that one?
Right.
Yes, you are invited back to that one, sir. So next week we're gonna talk about ED. We are called the Three Black Guys Show, are we not? And we are
male. We have to change this to 3 on a P. Boy, love you over the car.
I like that. 3 on a P.
So next week, guys, please be on with us. Next week we're gonna talk about ED, a serious condition that affects men. We probably gonna have some solutions for you guys. Some. What are you doing?
I'm trying to do 3 in the P, man.
You trying to do a hand signal for it? Hey,
I'm trying to make this work.
It can't be that because that's white power. That's white power.
Yeah, you can't do the okay sign.
You can't do the okay. That's white power.
You can't.
White power.
And you can't do the diamond. We gonna really get in trouble. So
okay, man, I won't do that. Okay.
So be on with us next week.
Gonna figure something out.
What podcast you want to start, Tracy? I'm scared.
Y'all help me start my podcast. What is that, Tracy?
We got you.
We got you. Whatever you want to do, you know.
Yeah, we in.
All right, guys. This has been a Three Black Guy show, and a P.
3 and a P.
Look, just don't put it all the way up. Just you know what I'm saying. Don't put it all the way up. Just a P.
Oh,
okay. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Just
3 on a P.
Right. Right.
We'll figure it out.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week, next Sunday at 8:30 Central. 8:30 Central, guys. The Three Black Guys show is coming.
Eastern Standard Time.
Standard Time.
Central Standard Time.
I'm sorry, Central Standard Time. Excuse me. We're in the South, Central Standard Time. My bad.
Yes, we know.
Oh, Mario.
Hold on. Oh, my boy. My boy. That's what I'm talking about. He in there now, baby. Hey, it's been picking up good. Was it on?
No, man. No, not yet. Not yet. I'm still trying to fix all this stuff right here, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got the same setup I got. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Y'all should really see the after show that we go through, guys. We're gonna broadcast it one day that y'all can just hear how hilarious the after show is.
Ooh.
But anyway.
So we can say the stuff that we can't say on air.
Right. Put up your threes. Put up your threes, everybody. Put up your threes. And the P.
3 and the P.
Hey, Fred, you gonna sing your song?
No, I got one coming though. I'm gonna make one though. I got one coming. It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. This is gonna be the Three Black Guys theme song.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then, hey, James, when you do that, you got to have like a little cartoon character, and I run on the screen too.
Okay. We're gonna make a whole music video for the intro. How about that? We'll just do a whole music video.
This might have to end up being 4 Black Guys.
Yeah,
or something.
We're gonna change the name. Hey guys, here's something for
quad. Is it quad?
Quad is 4.
Yeah. 4. Okay, yeah.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. So,
guys, here's something for the audience that's still remaining, guys. If you want to come up with a name for maybe a 4th Black Guy show, put it out there. Throw your ideas out there. That's something we can do.
Yeah. That's a ticket.
We might make Mr. Love
with a name for the show because we looking to make Lovejoy a permanent guy. So we're gonna need a new name if that's what we're gonna do.
Hey, whoever comes up, and I'll throw this challenge out. Whoever comes up with the dopest name, I'll personally cash out you $100.
Well, I'm finna come up with a name.
I ain't talking about y'all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You are.
I want to think that
hard. Y'all can. It's not for you guys. It's for the audience. So
look at the Lovejoy show. Look, my brother trying to get it at the Lovejoy.
He's trying to get that $100.
You're pandering. It will be a limit. It will be a limit.
I'm talking about. All right, I'm serious, guys. So y'all hold me to it. So
okay, I'll hold you to it because I know I ain't finna get no $100 out. I'm just saying, I just pay my tithes today. So
you paid your tithe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so a heave offering into the man of God's life.
What kind of offering?
Heave offering.
A heave offering.
I'll explain that. I'll explain what that means. Y'all see, I'm playing my mic like I'm really talking to
like he's really live.
Hey, I can way like back like this, you know.
Right. He's Milli Vanilli in it.
Hey,
Y'all
my
some
friend,
fancy.
I will. I'll do that, man. I'll do that. I want to answer the show. I really do.
All right, then.
All right, guys, we
y'all.
out of here. 3 Black Guys Show for right now.
3 in the
We see y'all next week. Be blessed.
All right.